Hello, internet. Hello, cousins. That's what they call it. They be like internet cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, primas. Hola. We speak Spanish too. Hola.
I'm retweeting. And
Yes.
what's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
Episode 99.
Man, it's so crazy to say that.
Episode 99.
Yeah. Episode 99. Whoa. 21 titles in the building. Welcome, welcome. Spin Doc, what's up? What's up? What's up? Another great weekend.
Yes.
Another day to be grateful for. We woke up today. Okay. Spin Doc, what's up? How you living?
What's good? I'm just putting some stuff up so people can
Get to it.
yeah.
Let's see. Let me just do some intros. So, thank y'all. As always, this is our slot, 7 p.m. on a Sunday evening. We are 21 titles. I'm Wellness Brit, aka Brittany, and this is my lovely co-host,
Chantee.
aka Tay Gets It Done. And together we make up 21 titles, a consultancy firm creating equity through community and collaboration. Um, and for those who don't know, that simply means that we like to intentionally spend our money with people who are doing things with integrity and doing things with what's the other word? What that goes with integrity? Respect, honor, um, those type of things. But we're dedicated to essentially pushing the notion of personal and professional development for the student athlete. Um, our mission is simple. We are promoting, educating, developing the next set of student athletes to prosper and thrive. And we're doing that through personal and professional development. We are former student athletes turned business professionals. And we felt like having these conversations on Sundays was important because nobody was having conversations about NIL and what that looks like, business of sports, because obviously now everything is geared to business, right? So Chantee is an IP attorney. That is her wheelhouse. So she is probably the most important person in the ecosystem to talk about NIL because this is what she does. She's an attorney. This is what they do. We're going to be talking today about how an academy is actually implementing NIL strategies at this moment. And it's probably one of the biggest basketball forward schools in the country. So we're going to talk about that today. But usually we go into sports, NIL, technology, and then finish it with culture. Okay, so those are the things that we talk about. And yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. And shout to Spend Doc talking about basketball camp season starts. Yeah, it's that time. It's that time of year.
It sure is.
It's lit in the summertime. Um, that just like trigger memories of like AAU and
Mm-hmm.
just never going home. It feels like on the weekends because you're watching games if you're not playing. Um,
Yeah.
so shouts to everybody and just the inaugural summer tournaments and summer camps. Looking forward to trying to get out there and get to some. But yeah, I guess we can just jump right into it. We're just recapping in some of the games this weekend, starting from Saturday. I mean, obviously there was games Friday. There were a ton of games Friday. Definitely watched some games Friday, but all the games was on Ion. Obviously, that depends on where you're located in the United States. You know what games you saw, what games you were able to catch. But make sure that you go back and catch those games on Friday. On Friday, we had the Lynx versus a Dream. I believe the Lynx won. Enfi did play that game. The Fever and the Wings, Sky and Valkyries, Liberty and Mercury, and the Sun and the Storm. Or Saturday, we had the Mystics versus the Wings, um, and the Wings got the dub, 79-71. JJ Quinnery, that was her first start as
Yes.
a professional, and I think that she did a really, really, really good job. So that was her first start. Brittany Sykes was back. She played yesterday. JJ Quinnery, she had a great she had a great game. She
Look,
had a great first quarter.
I just want to say, I think she was probably an unexpected pickup for them. Not too many people were talking about JJ Quinley before the draft. Okay,
No, that's a fact.
West Virginia. Okay, she was playing exceptional this last year with West Virginia. And she just looked like she was ready. To be honest,
Yeah.
she looked like she was ready. I think she had. I was watching the game, and at halftime they interviewed her, and they were like, "What keeps you like ready?" She's like, "I've been basically deemed an underdog my entire life. Like this is." She's like, "I'm always ready.
I'm ready." Like that's what it was. Like she was like, "I'm always ready," and she
I'm
giggled
always
and
right."
yeah,
I enjoyed that energy
yeah.
because she put the work in, and you could tell it translates. When you put the work in, there's really nothing to get nervous about. Like if you put the work in and you prepare, yeah, maybe initially before the game you get like, little butterflies, but if you are prepared and you prepared, you're not scared.
That's a fact. She came out a little jittery in the beginning,
Literally,
and
yeah.
I watched the replay today, but then she got into the swing of things, and she was just flowing on both ends of the floor. I mean,
Yeah.
she she played the passing lane well. She played great defense. Dallas's defense looked good for the most part. The Mystics were struggling, especially on offense. Sonya really didn't start heating up until late, and I don't even want to say that she heated up. Well, she did heat up. She ended with 22 points, but like in the first half, for the most part, I don't recall the Mystics really having that great of of offense. They were struggling a bit, turning over the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
And the Wings just look good. Like I said, well, I didn't say that. Paige didn't play today, so that is why JJ started. But she played a key role in getting this win today. She ended up with 15 points. She had 4 assists. She had uh 4 rebounds, excuse me, and shot 4 for 6 from the field. um, I feel like she should have a steal. They don't have no steals listed for her. But here's the thing: that's deceptive because she was playing the passing lane and getting up in people all game.
Yeah.
So even though the numbers don't show it, she was doing what she needed to do on defense for Dallas. I will also say that Arike, she had 14 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Isaiah James though had a good game too. She had 15 points, 5 rebounds. Uh, she could have shot a little bit better, but well, no, she shot fairly well. Haley Jones, you texted me yesterday when Haley was when the game was actually live,
Yeah.
and was telling me that Haley She looked all right yesterday,
She
but come
did.
to find out she got waived today.
Yes. They playing around.
They waived her. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good to see her out there getting
What's up
some
with
playing
the
time.
mask? What she did to she
Her
hurt her
nose,
nose?
her nose. I
Yeah.
think she broke her nose or something like that.
Okay.
So that's why she has that on. Aisha Hines Allen also had 13 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Dallas just looked good. I mean, but their defense looked good, and then like I said, Washington. I don't think they looked um, as crisp as they usually do on offense. Shakira Austin still had a great game. Her footwork looked good. Shakira looking good. She had 18 points. She had 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 assist. Like I said, Sonia eventually heated up. She ended up with 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, just filling up the whole stat line.
Always.
Um, Aaliyah Edwards, I want more from Aaliyah Edwards. I
Yeah.
want more for Aaliyah Edwards when she's on the floor. Um, I know that she could produce a lot more. She can bring a lot more value, especially on the offensive end,
Mhm.
to the Mystics. And she ended with 3 points today. And like I said, she can give a lot more. Uh,
Yeah. After we seen her do work in Unrivaled, it's like, girl, we expect you to step it up.
right. My expectations
Mm-hmm.
rose
Have been
after
raised.
I saw like I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no more playing. I
Yeah.
know what
After
you
we
can
seen you smoke Stewie, come on.
do.
We seen you smoke Stewie. You left her on zero in Unrivaled on the one
Right,
in the one-on-one competition. Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So I
Come
need
on.
more from her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a good win for Dallas. They're not 5-13. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can remain in the W bracket. Obviously, there's a lot of people that they are missing that are out right now for them.
Right.
Um but this was a really good win for them. Um moving on to today, we had the Liberty and the Dream. The Liberty lost today. They are on a losing streak. They're on a losing streak. But they lost today 90-81.
What are they now?
They lost the last 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
And they won for 4 on the road. They're missing JJ for real. They
They
missing
are.
JJ and they missing Phoebich a lot. They're missing them a lot.
They are.
Phoebich should be back fairly soon, but we don't know like the status of JJ. Well, she's out for a couple weeks too, obviously, because of her ankle. Um, but they are missing those 2 key people, especially for offense.
Yeah.
And it showed a lot today. Um, they were struggling to find offense in the second quarter. Sabrina was struggling from behind the arc today.
Mm.
She shot 5 for 15 from the field, 3 for 7 from the three. She ended up with 14 still. Um, and who else? Brianna Stewart. She ended with 21. I still feel like Stewie can get better or higher quality shots. I think that she forces some shots.
Right.
I'm not a fan of seeing the 4 shots from Brianna. I think she could do a lot better with that. She shot 7 for 18 from the field, 1 for 6 from three. She too is struggling from behind the arc. Natasha Cloud, she had 20 points today. She had 4 rebounds today, 6 assists today, 1 steal. Shot 8 for 12 from the field. She had a really good game. Kennedy Burke was a great spark off the bench, 11 points today. And Marine. But outside of that, that's kind of where it ends. So, like I said, they're missing Phoebich and they're definitely missing JJ for on the offensive side. In regards to Atlanta, Brianna Jones went off today.
Yeah.
She was commanding the paint today.
I love
She
to see
had a
her.
good game today. She had 21 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 6 rebounds. Shot 8 for 14 from the field. She had a really good game today. Um, who else? Alicia Gray. She had 20 points today, 9 rebounds, six
Mm,
assists.
mm.
um,
She's a
Jordan
stat
Canada
stuffer too.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, Alicia Gray's a stat stuffer.
Jordan Canada. She had 15 points today, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. But yeah, they didn't have Bree Jones had a good, like I put, good first and second quarter. Um, the Liberty was fouling quite a bit in that first and second half. I don't know how many times Atlanta got to the free throw line today. I need to look at that.
I don't know how many times
22
they
times.
got, but Sabrina ain't get to the line. She need if she's struggling shooting. That's one thing that I gotta say about Sabrina. She gotta get to the free throw line when she's struggling to shoot the ball, because you have to see the ball go in the hoop
Yeah.
when you're struggling. So like she gotta know what she's. I think she's done a better job of like getting downhill and being able to get downhill.
Yes.
So like you gotta use that when your shot not falling. When your shot not falling, you have to get downhill and get to the rim. She shot one free throw today.
That's it.
Like,
The Liberty got to the free throw line, what, 15 times?
yeah, that's not enough.
Compared to the 22 times that Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
15 is not enough.
mm-mm.
Especially for since JJ's out. Like y'all gotta get to the to the free throw line.
Gotta be aggressive.
Sabrina also had 5 turnovers I seen.
They weren't taking care of the ball for
Yeah,
real
you gotta
today.
take care of the ball.
I'm surprised they only had 13 turnovers. Because it felt like they had a lot more.
Mm.
But yeah, the Liberty on the road. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. It's
Look,
Phoebus, get back, JJ.
she gonna be back. She should be back soon. But like, Spin Doc said, basketball camp season started. This is where you learn. In the off season, like, come on, y'all gotta teach basketball. Take care of the ball. Like, I don't know why that's not emphasized now with development. Take care of the ball. Learn to take care of the ball. Like, the best point guards are the people who take care of the ball. They set you up, make shots, they do everything. Take care of the ball. Like, this willy nilly dilly, yo, Coach Stringer would have made us run. I'm like, coaches back then, old school coaches. I can't say it now, but I'm gonna say it. Suicides. Let's go. We doing suicides. It's time because y'all keep turning the ball over. Also, too, practicing without a basketball. Remember that, Chantee? Practicing with a dead ball, which forces you to learn how to move and communicate. Like, I don't think we're doing, or grassroots establishments are doing a great job of the fundamentals. Because I don't see kids in high school passing, shooting, and dribbling at a decent level. They can either do one of the three. And if you are exceptional and can do all three, then you're going to get a scholarship. But like, it mindset. Coaches, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out because I was a coach also. Yeah, I used to coach 6th graders.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and they used to get mad at me. I don't care. What my dad used to say: "Don't get mad, get better."
I can hear your father now.
Take care of the ball. Take care of the ball.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was a good win also for the Dream, but yeah, the Liberty's struggling on the road. And hopefully they can pull it together and find off. They gotta be more aggressive on offense. Because they're struggling right now. So that was that game. Then we had the Sky and the Sparks. The Chicago Sky beat the Los Angeles Sparks today, 92-85. We were going to talk about Candace Parker a little bit later, but also want to congratulate Candace Parker. She looked amazing, first of all. She looked amazing. I don't know what to say other than she's goated. Like, there's nothing else really to say other than
that lady.
She's one of them ones. Like, she's one of them ones.
Look, every record that comes up, Candace Parker's name is brought up. Like,
literally,
it's literally
top 10.
Okay? Like
top 10 in almost every category, if not every category.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I got a chance to play against Candace.
I was gonna say, do you want to share any stories?
Yes, twice.
I don't know if you want to talk about Clockgate.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I played against Tennessee twice. One in the national championship where we lost. Okay, 59-46. Okay, 2007. Lost to Pat Summitt and Candace Parker. All right. But I will say this, Candace Parker is probably my top five plays I ever played against. Okay? Exceptional. She was exceptional in college, I'm going to be honest. Like, very good. Like, I didn't, crazy. Okay? But I wanted that national championship. I will say that.
I didn't lose to no chump. Like, I didn't lose to chumps. Y'all lost to.
Yeah, we lost to
the greats. Like, Pat Summitt, great. Like, so.
Yeah. But I'm mad she went back to back though. That's what really
back to back is crazy. Yeah.
That's what really hurt. Cause like,
furthermore, what's crazy is she wins the last one, and then you get drafted.
Right.
You become MVP.
As a
rookie.
Yeah.
And you get what? Rookie of the year too? It's just, it was back to back.
Yeah.
Accolades.
Crazy.
But she earned them. She was just killing. She was different.
She did. It was different. So that was the first game I played against her, right? The national championship. And then we ran it back the next year because of course we're gonna put Tennessee on the schedule. Right? Of course. So we playing them. And mind you, let me just give you our context. I tore my meniscus my sophomore year. So I'm recovering. This is the game that I come back. Clockgate is the game that I return. Okay?
Yeah, that's a nasty game to return to. Let's talk about that. That's a nasty game to return to. That's a nasty game to return to. And we should have talked about that new NCAA rule.
Yeah.
But I forgot, because that's triggering. The NCAA just implemented a new rule with like reviewing shots and stuff like that. I forget how much time left in the game, but as soon as Brittany sent me that article, I was like, damn, Clockgate, y'all would have benefited from reviewing that. But
first game off the meniscus tear, I probably played like 5 minutes because I couldn't do it. I missed the defensive assignment. Coach Stringer yanked my ass right out. She said, "Up."
Yeah, because nobody can play. Yeah.
Get her out.
Yeah.
I remember Matee yelling at me too, like, "Be Ray, what the?" I'm like, damn. But that was it. If y'all want to go back and see that game, we should have won that game.
Yeah, that
we should have won that game. It went down to the wire. I'm telling you. Essence Carson came down. Hit the shot. We up. Yes. We up.
We should play it event like not the whole game,
Yeah,
obviously,
we should
but
play that.
we should stream like the fourth.
Yeah.
Stream the fourth every year. I'm sorry. I know that's gonna cause a lot of pain.
I don't look.
It's gonna be triggering, but because I watched it again last year.
Yeah, it was tough to watch.
Yo,
It was tough to watch because they called the fight. Like, mind you, they took a shot. I think Shannon Bobbin took a shot. They got too many chances. I think Nikki Anasicki, somebody was rebounding the ball, but they stopped the clock. Nikki Anasicki got the rebound. Kia fouled her. Clock stopped. They get a foul. The whole motherfucking gym. Nikki Anasicki. I was not expecting this girl to make 2 free throws, yo. She made both. Okay?
you're making me want to pull it up.
And let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you, this is the insider information. Nobody know this. Coach Stringer almost broke her hand after that game because she hit the board so hard because she knew they cheated. She knew they cheated. She's standing there. She said, "Yada, hit the board, crazy." I thought she broke her hand, dog. How hard she hit that joint. But it was a crazy. I was tight. First and foremost, I missed the defensive assignment, so I'm already like, damn. She gonna talk about this in film the next day for sure. Definitely got chewed out the next day in film in front of everybody, but that's accountability. But yeah, that was a crazy game. Crazy, but I got a chance to play against one of the greats. Okay, that's the moral of the story. That's the silver lining here. Got a chance to play against one of the greats. Like, that is forever. Like, I'm grateful. I got a chance to play against a lot of the people that's still playing or greats. So I think I know what I'm talking about.
No, you do. I was really looking just for the fourth to stream, but we don't got that. We'll do that. We'll do that another time. But yeah, no. Candace Parker. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But she was in attendance. Obviously, they retire her jersey today. They're also going to retire her jersey in Chicago. Mm-hmm. She's goated for that too.
Yeah, dual retirement is fire.
Crazy.
Fire.
Crazy. But yeah, of course they would have the Sky versus the Sparks today, considering she played on Chicago, and then she also played on the Sparks. And Chicago left with the win, but Angel Reese.
Hey.
She had a good game today. I don't want to hear nothing about no me bounce today. Ain't no me bounce today. She had a great game. She finished with 24 points, 7 assists, 16 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. She had 4 turnovers, but what else do you want? And she shot 10 for 19 from the field today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We watching the adjustments in real time. That's all I did. We watching adjustments in real time. She had a great game today.
Let me say this. Angel Reese is tired of y'all talking about her.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
she's tired of y'all talking about her, but that's what you do. When you
use that as motivation.
Talking, right. You use it as motivation and you get in the gym. You get in the gym. Fire. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Fits crazy.
Yeah, Fitz out crazy.
But yeah,
Fitz
Angel
was crazy.
Reese.
But yeah.
This is a PSA to young kids, because I think that the notion is young kids, we don't know how to take constructive criticism. Obviously, everybody that's criticizing Angel Reese is not being constructive. But what I'm saying is, in life, constructive criticism is key. Being able to receive constructive criticism from someone who has done it is key. The person who's trying to give you constructive criticism is not a hater. Let's get that clear first and foremost, because that's what the young kids say. Oh, they hating on me, they doing all that. No, they're not. They actually want you to get better. We actually see some potential in you. So this is why we are presenting constructive criticism. It is a piece of the development. You have to get assessed. Let me use that word. Assessed. An assessment. Let's shy away from criticism. Constructive assessments. Because you can always get better on something. You can always improve. Okay? And I think this is what we're learning from Angel Reese, and we're seeing it in real time. People saying, gotta get better. She's been in the gym. You could tell. You could tell she's been in the gym. And also, too, 16 rebounds? She just had 19. I don't think people really understand how hard it is to get rebounds.
Mama Flag, you're right about Lisa Leslie working with her. For sure. For
Right.
sure. Yeah, 16 rebounds is crazy.
That's
to fill up the stat line is crazy like that. Correct. You see the comment from Spin Doc.
Yes.
He's not wrong.
Gotta separate.
It's all about it's all about your attitude when you get it. And what you do with it. But no, she she had a great game today. And I really want to see how people react to that. Also, we saw this week, I forget the name of the joint, because that's not the first time I've seen that, where it's like a debate.
Right.
Against Mariah. I forget her name.
Mariah Rose, yeah.
Yeah. I actually like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Because that allows people to debate, but be respectful. Now, I don't know if DA's still in here. Apparently, DA's mans was on there talking crazy about Angel Reese, how she can't balance, like, for lack of better words, stardom and building her brand. And then also showing up in the gym and doing what she got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear his feedback from today. She's showing up. Hi, Mr. SC Brett.
What up?
She had I keep saying the same thing, but she had a great game today. She had a season high, I think, in points and assists, I think.
She almost had a triple-double, dog.
Come on, man. She had 11 points in the fourth. The Sparks didn't have no answer for her in the fourth. They didn't have an answer.
Wow.
Chicago shot well from the floor. They damn near shot 49% from the field. This is all without Camilla. Right. Oh, Camilla not here? Don't worry. I'm going to step up. And that's what Angel did today.
Yeah, I mean, that's that too. Y'all gotta, the young kids, y'all gotta take the, like, y'all gotta understand opportunities. Like, even with like playing, like AAU and stuff like that, everybody's trying to go to these teams where, like, it's okay, we creating super teams, right? Like super AAU teams and all that stuff. I'm gonna let y'all know, if you're good, they're gonna find you. If you're good, they're going to find you. Trust me. If you really like that, they're going to find you. Just keep working on your craft. Get in the gym. Like, again, me and Chantee ain't go to no powerhouse high school, basketball high school. We actually went to an academic forward high school. Like that blue ribbon. Blue ribbon school.
I forgot about that.
Like,
Yeah.
but like what's important is that you're also too developing the skills. I don't know how many times I see kids playing and it's like, yo, you on the left-hand side and you can't make a left-handed layup. I'm looking at that as a coach. They looking at little details like that. If you on the left-hand side and can't make a left-handed layup, that's a red flag. Right? If you on a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 and can't make the right decision, I'm looking at that. Because today, y'all think pulling up a transition 3 is actually really good in transition when it's a 3-on-1. What?
The game has changed. Yeah.
What?
The game has changed.
Coaches, teach them the right way, please. Teach them the right way. Like, I thought that scene from Love and Basketball was just a scene. That is what they do today. Monica Wright hit that 3 in transition in Love and Basketball, and now we here. We hear when people do that in the real game. That's not real basketball. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm tired of Big's first option being a 3-ball. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get to the paint. Make post great again. Like we don't did.
That's why I get so excited with like the Aaliyah Bostons and the
Lauren
footwork, all of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama Flag said they are ranking 6-year-olds. Is that true? That's crazy. 6-year-olds? What? You in first grade? All right. Yeah. Everybody relax.
Yeah, rankings that young is crazy.
She put yes in all caps. Yeah, no, that's crazy. And just also goes to show like just the change in the ecosystem is crazy. Wow. Now that the money's involved, I just think it makes things a lot more. We're seeing the come up for a lot of these student athletes. We're seeing the money, so that's really what's driving 6-year-olds to be ranked. That's what that is. It's the money. It's NIL.
It's the NIL trickle down effect because
that's a fact. That's what that is, but that's crazy. Didn't know that. But yeah, y'all, that's all we have right now. We got the Aces versus the Mercury on right now. I have it on, but Vegas is winning 61-59 in the fourth quarter, 7 minutes left, or a little more than 7 minutes left. And you got the Sun and the Lynx tonight, and the Storm and the Valkyries tonight as well. I think the Storm and the Valkyries is going to be a really good game.
I think so too.
And that's going to be a good game. What do you mean you bittersweet when it comes to NIL? I want to hear. We spoke about Candace. The All-Star captains have been announced. WNBA All-Star captains have been announced. You got Fee and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Caitlin Clark is a captain.
Got the most votes. It's them two that got the most votes.
All right.
Yeah, that's. I don't got. Yeah. All right. those are the captains. You got Captain Team Clark and then Team Fee. Um. Yeah. Thank you, Jody. She took the words out of like my head. She took them out my head. The clan don't play. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. That's correct. She took the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. CC clan. Um. Hmm.
I don't know what's going on. First and foremost, Azure Stevens, she don't be getting the respect. Like that lady good.
She is.
She's good. And I don't think people really be respecting that lady. Rakia, she gotta step it up. Chantee says she hasn't really been playing like we know she can.
Yeah, just I don't know. She has 6 points today. She shot 3 for 11 from the field.
Yeah.
Um, that's not the Rakia that we're used to seeing. So I would like for her to produce and be a little bit more efficient in the ways in which we know that she can be.
Right.
Azure Stevens had a good game today. I mean, she had 17 points. She had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks.
Nah, Azure Stevens.
Gives it up.
She
Gives it up.
like if I'm picking team, I want Azure on my team. I'm gonna be honest, because she's mad big too. She's 6'6" and skilled. Y'all be hating on Azure. Cameron, when is Cameron coming back? That's what we need to know.
That's a good question.
When is Ray Burrell coming back? Where you at?
Well, she's hurt.
Like
We don't know exactly what happened, but we know it's a knee injury.
Look, they was lying when they said 4 to 6 weeks.
No,
it was like 4 to 8 weeks or something like that. I'm like, that girl hurt that knee.
Unless it was like a meniscus issue, in which case maybe. But you need more time for that.
Yeah. They got to give us an update.
Mm-hmm.
Like, LA Sparks, where is Ray Burrell?
She's recovering.
Come on.
I'm sure we'll hear something soon.
Take forever.
But moving on, I didn't watch the AmeriCup yesterday. But the USA, they beat Chile real bad yesterday, 108-47. Reagan Beers, she had 22 points. I think she had high yesterday. She shot 9 for 12 from the field. She had 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 block. Joyce Edwards, I saw went off. Hannah Hidalgo. They got a super team. That's it. They got a super team. I didn't watch last night, but I'm looking forward to watching tonight. They play at 8:10. They play Columbia tonight.
Okay.
So make sure that y'all tap in with that. But I get so excited to watch these young women play. It just gets me excited for the college season.
Yeah. I mean, even watching the 3-on-3, I was watching and Michaela.
Yeah, Michaela.
Jody. Michaela is looking. Whew.
Jody asked where to watch it. You can go to I think it's FIBA.basketball.com or something like that. And they'll give you a few options as to how you can watch the games.
Michaela been killing.
But yeah, Michaela is killing. She's gonna have a phenomenal season next season, like next year. Yeah.
Just stay healthy, please, Lord God.
Right.
Stay healthy.
Right. Trying to see who else had a great game, but I feel like everybody played well last night.
They hit the hundreds. That's crazy. That's a stacked team too.
No, it is. I mean,
I
yeah,
see Joyce Edwards hitting threes.
that's what I'm looking at now as we're like on this live. Um,
Joyce
they had a
Edwards
great game.
extended. She extended her range too. Like she not playing.
She's not playing. You know, she took
Mm-hmm.
that last loss personal. Like
Fact.
she was in the gym immediately after.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt she's gonna keep expanding her game. Um, but yeah, I'll be tuned in tonight. I know we'll be live, but after that, I'm gonna tap in with those games. Um, the NBA draft happened this week.
Yeah.
I saw that it actually was like the least they had low views. It may have been the lowest viewed NBA draft. I don't know in how long. I don't remember. Um, I don't know why she wasn't on that team. I'm not sure. She may have declined.
Right.
But yeah, the NBA draft happened. I think I guess because you got VJ up first. We can talk about VJ.
Yeah.
Just his story, coming from the Bahamas, then playing in Long Island, making a name for himself, killing in college. Um, and then, when they went up to Monica McNutt after all the things, and Monica McNutt was asking questions, really his mom a question first, she couldn't get no words out. No words, just proud, crying. Um, it made me shed a tear.
Yeah.
Because just all the sacrifices and you don't know, right? Like you don't all these AAU tournaments cost.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Like all this stuff cost,
Mm-hmm.
especially now. The traveling. He living in the Bahamas. Now I gotta come to Long Island.
Yeah. Long Island ain't cheap either.
It's not. Which is why a good support system is so important. Having a support system is important. Having people that believe in you is important. Um, learning that they didn't have electricity for
Yeah.
7 years
Yeah. He
and he
said.
was living off a generator.
Yeah.
Again, you don't know like the sacrifices, seeing his mom wake up every day and go to work and put food on the table, and he's walking into 8 figures.
Yeah.
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 That's the best part of the drafts, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even when we went to the WNBA draft, um, learning about these women's stories beyond the court, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So seeing that, right? Yes,
That's a fact.
exactly.
That's a fact. We would like to know more of the parents' stories for
It
sure.
humanizes them,
Right.
like seeing that again. I was in tears
Yeah,
watching it.
and the fact that this is like, let me just give you some context. So back in 2023, um, Chantee and I had the opportunity to host a concession stand for the Made Hoops uh December Jump Man. Whatever that joint was called, it was the first one, and we got a chance to do that. VJ Edgecombe was there. Nobody knew who he was though. Like he was trying to make a name for himself there. Also remember at the McDonald's All American game when because he made that, he was unsigned. He was unsigned. He was uncertain. He didn't know where he was going. Okay. Dude winds up at Baylor and has an exceptional year this year. Like dog. But I seen him 2 years prior to that at the Gauchos gym. Kid was dunking on everything. He was dunking on everything. And I'm like, who is this kid? And my husband's like, some unknown kid named VJ Edgecombe. I'm like, your life can really change. Like 2 years ago, nobody knew who he was. So like, this just goes to show you that really putting in the work, like this is a long-term vision. Like the guys that we see at the draft, they've been doing this since young. This is like the pinnacle of all the sacrifice they did coming up. Like you got to understand that. Like these are the long-term goals. This is what happens when we put long-term plans in place. This is beautiful, man. It was beautiful to hear that story.
It was.
But I wanted them to go more in depth. Like, what was Mom's doing? What jobs was Mom's working? Like, he said how many siblings he has?
Quite a few. I don't remember the
it's
number,
a lot of them.
It's a lot of them. And the sacrifices, like, she had to make sure that they was good. So, like I said, even his brother was proud.
Yeah.
You know, his brother was like, I don't cry. He was like, I don't cry, but like I'm at a loss for words, and like this got me in tears. Like, you know, that's first of all, obviously it's life-changing money, but it affects everybody around you.
Yeah.
Them people, you know, they remember they experienced all of those things with you.
Yeah.
So when you win, they win.
Facts.
So it was really beautiful to see. And shouts to him. And then, you know, obviously throughout the course of the draft and then after the draft and days after the draft, there was conversations about Ace Bailey.
Yes.
There was conversations about Ace Bailey. If you don't know Ace Bailey, he was drafted to the Utah Jazz, which is a place in which he did not
really want to go.
He said he did not. I think he was looking forward to either Brooklyn. I want to say the Wizards, maybe.
Right.
And the Pelicans or something like that. He expressed that he was not interested in Utah and obviously in quite a few other teams.
Right.
These teams and these coaches got to see him perform in Chicago one time. And then the Utah Jazz, they get him, they snag him. I see a lot of people were saying, well, first of all, let's talk about his agent. All right, fine. His agent or his team, you know, put out a couple of comments saying like he's no different from what happened, you know, in the past with him picking and choosing which workouts to show up for, participate in X, Y, and Z. I saw some people talking about how, you know, just the game is different for these kids. Now they're a little bit more business savvy. They get to pick and choose where they can go, how they can show up. It's just really different now. So I've seen different opinions on both sides. I also have seen people talking about these kids are they have full autonomy over themselves and what they do. And I guess I would like to hear your thoughts about what you think about. I mean, he did show up. Let me also say that he did show up in Utah yesterday because people were wondering if he was actually going to show up, if there was any weird energy between him and the organization. Right. His team obviously is like, there's no beef. He's happy. He's excited. And, you know, he's also playing the game too. He got off the jet today. He got the Utah Jazz shirt on. His family's there. I think this is a great opportunity for him. Obviously, again, this is another kid walking into 8 figures at the age of 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
This kid is from what? Tennessee?
Nah, he from Georgia.
Why did I say is he?
Yeah. He's
He
from
ain't see,
Georgia.
he didn't see that money before.
No.
um
He from Georgia. Mm-hmm.
I think that being in Utah is going to be good for him. Hopefully he won't be as distracted, because I think that's part of it, right? I mean, but who wouldn't want to go to a major market?
Right.
I think that's also the considerations that they had in the back of their mind. Like, I want to go to a major market. Utah is not necessarily a major market, but do I think that this would be a great opportunity for him to grow and develop and not be as distracted as he may have been if he were to go to the Pelicans or go to Philly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, stay
I
in.
think there's pros and cons to that.
There is, but stay in Utah. We be all right. He don't need no excitement. The only excitement you need is staying in the gym right now. That's really the only excitement you need. What was I gonna say? My initial thoughts with this process with Ace Bailey, I was a little flabbergasted. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't. So this is what I said to Chantee offline. The only person I feel like I've paid attention to that's like tried to pull a stunt like this was Ben Simmons, when Ben Simmons was coming out of college and he didn't want to compete in the draft combine. Like, I think that was back when they were doing like scrimmages and stuff like that at the draft, and he didn't want to risk injury or something like that. It was something that his team said that made him non-exempt from the activities at the draft combine. And I was just like, huh? That's kind of crazy. But also too, when I think about it, even though it seems strange to me what his agents and his team did, he still got drafted number 5. So essentially they played it the way they want. Look, he still got drafted number 5. It's not like he did a Lenny Cook and didn't get drafted.
Damn, Lenny. Yeah.
Like,
but you're right.
And that's no shade to Lenny. Like,
no.
Shade, right?
I just haven't heard. Yeah, but you're right.
But I'm just saying, like, we all thought it was strange that he wasn't working out with, teams. He kept canceling workouts with teams, and we just like, huh? What? But I guess they knew what they was doing, man. Like, he still got drafted.
He's extremely talented.
Absolutely.
And again, it just shows like where we are at when it comes to collegiate into professional sports, and like what you can, for lack of better words, demand and say and communicate and move and consider. It's different. Like, it's different.
And then too, his agent, or what I was reading, is like, they would like this nonsense that he didn't have no interviews. He was like, he did everything at the draft combine. Like, they said he had 18 interviews at the draft combine.
Yes. So he took all the interviews. He did all of that.
So when I learned that information, I'm like, okay, I mean, it's not really that crazy that he didn't go to the workouts if you have that context. But like, knowing you don't want to give anybody any opportunity to like,
it was putting all your eggs in one basket. That's what I think had people like, oh,
right. Like, you always want to give yourself a chance, essentially, and by not going to the workouts, it's like this is supposed to be about basketball. So if it's about basketball, then you should be going to the workouts. But he already did the workouts at the draft combine, is basically what the agent and his team is saying. And So they just went with that. Okay. It was still strange initially to me. I'm just
no, it was a lot of conversation and chatter around that.
Yeah, very much so. But I'm still happy that the young man still fulfilled his dream. You know, because that's yeah.
Correct.
Small market teams can still propel big names. How much money is Giannis making? SGA, Ant-Man. Stop trying to party when the next level of work begins now. Realist words I've spoke and read.
Right. It
Okay.
does. That's why I think it's gonna benefit him that he's there. Like imagine being 18, 19 with 8 figures in New York.
Oh no, you
Atlanta or New Orleans
going back to his crib, no. If he got drafted by Atlanta, going back to Georgia, no. Nah. No. So yeah, Utah, go explore the beauty because Utah is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Okay, go explore the beauty.
I think it'll benefit him being there.
Go explore the beauty. Okay.
Moving on, Dawn.
Hold on, before we move on, let me just say this to the people.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know it was coming.
I'm laughing at you. And I'm
Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all following us on every platform.
Please.
All right. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Hey, on Twitter, we almost at 1,000. Okay. Help us now. You on Twitter, help us now. Okay. I ain't got no pride. I'll take every follower I get. Okay. No shame in my game.
None at all.
All right.
Make sure that you're following us on all social media platforms. DA, you are correct. Yo, the internet is hilarious. Finding that snippet of Ace's agent
cray
in that car, looking the way that he looked, I was like, that tracks. So it's crazy. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he looked like the avatar of just like what they call the sleazies.
Yeah, he just looked like he was up to no good. And of course the internet found it. So DA, what you talking about? Talking about we Canadian? What you talking about?
Closed store? What are you talking about?
DA be talking. Pull up that closed store.
What closed store?
What closed store?
Yeah.
Thank you for following Dre.
Appreciate y'all.
What store you talking about?
DA.
It better make sense.
The
other pick of y'all promoting the show.
Pull up that closed store.
The other pick of y'all promotion. Let me see. What other picture? Is he talking about?
This is no. He's talking. DA, we in front of the club that we play ball at.
Yeah, that's in the Bronx.
This is in the Bronx.
That's in the Bronx. That's where we hooped at.
Closed store. I'm like, what?
I'm coming at DA after this. Right in the group chat. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go back to Indiana. Anyway, moving on. The Knicks, they tapped on Dawn Staley's shoulder. Apparently, they called her. Wanted they trying to potentially get her to become. Wait, what? Yeah, okay. The Ox door closed. Anyway, you're just back to
live action.
Back to live action with Dawn.
Yes.
The Knicks obviously do not have a head coach right now.
No, they do not.
So they tapping on people's shoulders, one of them being Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
How do you feel
Dawn.
about that? I don't think she's not gonna. She's not
I
gonna
don't
get
think
it.
she's gonna go for that. Because I think her heart is ultimately still with women's basketball.
Yeah.
So I mean that's pretty fire that it got leaked. But I mean,
Is
nah,
anything a leak
I
for
don't want
real?
I don't want
Is anything a leak or
no
stuff a rollout?
no. People do it on purpose. You're right.
Listen, Dawn got a lot moving right now. You know, she part of that new show, you know, for women's basketball. She got the book. She's on a book tour. She got a lot going on. So this press is not bad press. This is great press for Dawn. Um, exactly. It's funny. I just talked to DA about this yesterday. Definitely gave Dawn an extension. She's gonna be staying there. Um,
Yeah, I think she's
it
still.
would be fire. I saw Dre asked a question earlier about like how we feel about Dawn or just the NBA tapping on a women's
Women's
coach's
coaches?
show. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah. I think that that's fire, and I
Yeah.
think that it's about time, and I think that nothing but positive things.
Yeah,
If Dawn was really to come to New York, that'd be nuts.
right. It will remind me of like that movie with Whoopi Goldberg. What was that movie?
I don't.
Eddie. When she became the coach of the Knicks.
Yes,
That was
yes,
a funny movie.
it was. But I think that New York would embrace her.
Facts.
Jody said the MNBA needs help. They do. I agree. I do think it's time for women to coach in the NBA.
The
I
head
just
coach.
don't know. Yeah, the
Head
head
coach.
coach. Yeah, not regular,
Facts.
but
Because
a
we
head
already
coach.
got
We already have.
assistants sprinkled
Correct.
throughout.
Correct. Um, I just don't think it'll be Dawn right now.
Mm.
Maybe down the line, but just
Yeah,
not now. She has other contractual obligations, but I think New York would erupt if she was to do that. But yeah, I think it's just great to have a conversation that we're at least having those conversations. But shouts to the Knicks for even
right,
considering it.
right. Fire.
Now, Portland. We just talked about Portland last week.
Yeah, because they had the deposits or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she could too. They would definitely listen to her and respect her without a doubt.
Facts.
Um, but the Portland Fire, obviously, if y'all don't know, we talked about this last week. The Portland Fire um, was a franchise, but they disbanded after like 2 years, maybe three, in the early 2000s. Last week, we reported that we saw that a couple of trademarks were filed for the Portland Fire. They're set to go in 2026. It is a great name. Um, so yes, I think she got fired, but they're saying that they're not saying she got fired. They're just saying that they parted ways mutually. Um, they released a statement saying that during her brief but impactful tenure, Sun helped lay the foundation for the franchise's presence in Portland, shaping its early business operations and community engagement efforts. Sun will return to New York, where she was previously based, and the organization thanks her for her leadership during this important phase and wishes her success in her next chapter. I really wish we did know what happened. I think that this is a little crazy considering the rollout that's about to happen. They begin playing in less than 11 months. Um, the brand launch date is in less than 2 months. And now you don't have a president. You have an interim president, um, but still, um, how does this affect their rollout? I mean, and in the article, they're comparing Portland to Toronto, as you see on the screen, and they're, obviously Toronto, their rollout has been good, but for them announcing the name of the organization prematurely. I remember that, like on Twitter, they leaked the name before they were supposed to leak the name.
Yeah.
I remember that, but outside of that, I just wonder how this affects things. I wonder what's going on
Right.
in Portland to have let her go, um, with it being so close to just the rolling out of the brand and everything like that. We don't have any further details. Right now, the interim president is the former Nike executive Claire Hamill. Um, she was at Nike for damn near 50 years. So yeah, she's taking her place as of right now. Um, it's saying one source indicated the Portland franchise is struggling with its GM search.
Wow.
Telling Front Office Sports multiple candidates have turned down the position. That's alarming to me.
What?
That's alarming to me. That's alarming to me. Why are people turning down the GM position?
What are they doing over there?
Oh no, I got my use
Well,
your cat eye.
what are
Use your
the
cat eye.
expectations?
People turning down general manager position. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
That's a super red flag.
Time will tell, and we will figure. Time will let us know. Time will let us know.
Mama said flag said red flag. Yeah. But they have surpassed the 10,000 season ticket deposit. that's a flex. They already sold 10,000. Who's the ownership behind Portland? I could look that up real quick. I feel like we said this last week. I just can't remember. Let's see. Raj Sports, led by Lisa Bethal Mirage and Alex Bethal. And this ownership group also owns the Portland Thorns, which is a soccer, professional soccer, women's soccer team. But I feel like somebody else. Let me see. Yeah, Raj Sports, which I'm not familiar with. I've never heard of them. I'm like looking now. They're an investment firm focused on professional sports teams and related real estate development. Yeah, and it's owned by Alex and Lisa. That's all we got right now. So those two, I'm assuming, Alex and Lisa Bethal.
Okay.
I think they're siblings.
That's fine.
But that's still interesting. That the GM piece is a red flag. They're still feeling. Oh, I was typing mad loud. My bad, DA. They're still filling positions. They haven't filled staffing positions yet. They said that they're going to be announcing more hires throughout the next few weeks. But I'm keeping my eye on Portland. Again, they're set to start in 2026, same year as the Toronto Tempo. So that's the update with them. Moving on. We talked about the CBA a little bit last week also because Sydney Colson, may mention or make some comments about just some of the things that the players are asking for in these negotiations. And while on the podcast with Deja Kelly. First of all, I love the name of the series, or it's called. I think it's supposed to be like a play on NIL,
Yeah,
so it's NILosophy. I
yeah,
love it. Um, but Deja was interviewing Paige, and Paige was just talking about how she would like the season to be expanded. She focused on, like, obviously with her graduating from UConn, the transition from college right into professional. They don't get a time to rest. They got back to back games. She talked a little bit about how that may clash with obviously other games going on with the NBA and stuff like that, and then obviously football season and how that all may like affect viewership with the W. But one of the things in which she recommended was um, expanding the regular season. Um, how do you feel about that?
How long have we been into CBA negotiations now?
A couple months,
I think
a few
she's
months.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been complaining about it for how long? Like them transitioning from the tournament to the WNBA is insane. It's a matter of weeks. It's a
And then we
matter
talk
of
about the wear
weeks.
and tear on body. You were just talking
Yeah,
about that with injuries, and
come
I
on.
mean, now that I'm thinking about it, you had Cameron Brink, then you had a couple of rookies that now, I mean, now that we're talking about it, I'm realizing that got hurt
Yes.
right away within the last 2 to 3 years. Um, Again, the wear and tear on your body.
And like even with like Nika Mule, she didn't play like during the WNBA season.
Right.
But as soon as she went overseas to play in Turkey, her first game tear ACL. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it went.
Yeah.
It's there is a cause for concern. Like, it has to be a wider gap for them. It's too like the dudes for the NBA draft. They preparing for how. It seems like months. They preparing for this draft. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
April, May, June. The tournament stops in April. The guys' draft is not until June, so they got basically the entire April because it starts at the beginning of April, right?
Mm-hmm.
The championship is at the beginning of April. The entirety of April, May, and then basically almost the entirety of June.
On top of just having a longer season, like the women's season
Right,
is crunched into a few months.
months.
Like,
Yeah,
you know, obviously expanding it would mean more games, but just I think it may benefit them a lot more to get some
scheduling.
more rest days.
Yeah,
Oh,
scheduling.
y'all did. Oh, not she had a good game, Aaliyah.
Yeah, that girl can shoot.
That girl be, yeah,
She can
she
shoot.
be gunning. She
She
be
makes
gunning.
makes me proud to be a former shooter.
Yeah,
Like,
she got a gun. Um.
but yeah, in the scheduling that and scheduling games is both a concern.
Mm-hmm.
That's scheduling all the same damn games at once. We don't want to see that. We got to fix it.
Yeah. And since we talking about viewership, what I forgot to also, well, we forgot to discuss was the new valuations that came out. I feel like that was last week or maybe this week,
Yeah,
but the Valkyries, they're like a $500 million valuation. They're now seated at number one. They're
yeah,
seated at number one at $500 million.
Yeah, insane.
Talking about the CBA, we talked about the TV rights deal. The negotiations for the for the TV rights deal was horrible. I'm gonna just say it.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I would like for Kathy to hire someone
Mm-hmm.
to negotiate on behalf of the WNBA and to stop allowing the NBA
To
to
negotiate.
negotiate the TV rights deals.
Yes.
We got to get up from under that umbrella. We got to get up from that umbrella.
Yeah.
Someone kind of explained to me that that's kind of why we're seeing all of the games on at the same time.
Yeah, because they didn't care. And this is a lesson. This is a lesson. Don't ever let nobody else negotiate on your behalf, bro. Ever.
Period. Period.
It's crazy how they let them negotiate and they do this. This is piss poor.
Yeah.
This is piss poor. This is a lack of thought. Like, it's no thoughtfulness whatsoever.
I think they just undersold. Like they just, and that's not me giving them bail, but I feel like they chose to err on the side of like caution. Like this is a safe number. This is a safe number, even though we're undervaluing.
Yeah,
It's a safe number.
it
But
is.
again, we got a $500 million valuated team. Um, the TV rights deal is 2.2 billion throughout the course of 11 years. That means $200 million a year. I remember us also discussing that they have an opportunity to like renegotiate in 3 years. That's
Mm-hmm.
why viewership is important. Numbers are important. Showing up, buying tickets are important. Because that's essentially going to affect the TV rights deal. And that's also, to Spendoc's point right here, is also going to affect salary. So,
Yeah.
yeah, minimum salary. Yeah, I agree. Exclusive rights impact and unrivaled. That would be interesting. That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Other than that's a good question. We'll have to see what these women really are negotiating. Wondering if there's going to be a lockout.
Right.
I don't know. Um, but I hope they're negotiating and getting what they deserve. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll know soon enough
Right.
how these are going. Um, but yeah, that's all we have for WNBA news and just sports news in general, the business of sports. Um, I don't know if Brittany, you want to put up the joint, but make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms. We are now transitioning to NIL news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Follow
Make sure
me.
that you follow us on all social media platforms. That is correct too, Jen. I don't know how it's gonna affect all of that. Moving on to NIL news. The Big 12 and the Big 10, they announced a partnership with PayPal to pay out revenue share to student athletes. I feel like we've been talking about the house settlement for years. I mean, it has taken years. Um, they settled a few weeks ago. And now, starting July 1, it's going to be revenue sharing with student athletes. Like, schools are going to have to start cutting in student athletes, and student athletes are about to get pieces of the pie. Um, a lot of us were wondering, well, like, how are they going to pay out the student athlete? Like, what does that look like? Like, how are they going to do it? On what platform? Um, and the Big 12 and the Big 10, they are partnering with PayPal. And apparently they've been having discussions with PayPal for over 14 months, preparing for the settlement.
Mm.
Um, And yeah, they're choosing to use PayPal because essentially it's a platform that a lot of students use. They did some research, they got some data. They realized a lot of students and student athletes know how to utilize PayPal, and it would be easy for universities to pay them out that way. So, um, yeah, a lot. We're gonna see a lot of universities either using PayPal or Venmo to pay out, make these payouts to student athletes. Um,
Okay, I mean it's something they're familiar with, so
yeah,
just make the transition seamless. Like,
and
we
shouts
know
to
that,
PayPal
right? Shouts
because
to
they
PayPal.
about to that
They
yeah.
get into the bag. They
I was
said
about
we
to
got
say.
that
I
contract.
was like, let's talk about that part. Like, yeah, like cool. They using that platform, but PayPal is about to. They coming up. They was ahead of the game. If they've been in conversation since if for 14 months, it's over a year.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all got a need, no problem. We got the product. Here you
Right.
go. This is such an easy way to do it. So
Wow.
they about to increase their user percentage crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yes, they are.
For a long time too.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh
Cause you know
yeah.
how many years? How many years is the partnership? They said? Did they say?
No, because it's gonna have to
It's
be for a
something.
long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be ongoing.
Yo, every year
Yeah.
every year they're gonna have to do this. So it don't matter. They gonna be getting to the bag. Mama Flag said also a big brother watching thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They got eyes, yeah. Using PayPal and Venmo. We can look at your transactions. All that. All that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts to PayPal. Shouts to Venmo.
Whoa.
We've seen the change in real time.
Whoa.
Right. Um, I feel like I want to jump to like what you mentioned earlier with IMG Academy.
Let's do it.
IMG Academy. It's a high school
Yes, this is one
preparing.
of the. If you haven't been watching the Chipotle Nationals High School Tournament, IMG been there every year. So that's how I found out about IMG.
I did not. I was just like, who is this? I looked at it, but they ahead of the game.
Yeah.
This is being ahead of the game. This is preparing the next generation so that they don't walk into situations where they don't know what's happening.
Right.
To Mama Flag's point, you got sixth graders being evaluated now. So they're just getting younger and younger. With that being said, the earlier the better that you start educating them on NIL and what's happening. Yeah. 100K. That's the tuition?
Mm-mm.
Really? It better be for 100K. 100K a year. This is what I'm talking
At
about. Games
IMG?
change. Yeah, that's what she's talking about. She said tuition is 100K and their campus is immaculate. It better be for 100K.
Damn.
But this is the benefit of going there, right? Like you get
Yeah.
this education. So um this week we saw that IMG they announced that they've been teaching student athletes about the impact of direct compensation from the NIL revenue sharing era. So these student athletes have a real understanding of the house settlement and how their payout is gonna go. And so we got a couple of comments. One being from IMG Academy's director of football, where he says, this moment is time for someone. Wait, this moment in time for someone being at IMG Academy is exciting. It's not intimidating. This is a chance for us to flex a muscle that makes us different. Um, It has been a year in the making behind the scenes for IMG as they've been preparing for this monumental moment with the passage to revenue sharing beginning this July. Those schools have started looking into options on how to teach their athletes about the ins and outs of revenue sharing. The athletic juggernaut has been steadily laying the foundation and is fully ready for it. um, I think that this is amazing. I think in the article they talk about who they partner with, and I want to name some of it. They're partnering with Merrill Lynch, Advanced NIL, who's a law firm, and they have several other law firms that they're also partnering with. Um, yeah, and they're helping players and how they attain and getting compensation and educating them on like how to take care of their money when they get it.
I mean, this is what we've been asking for. Education. Education. This is definitely a wonderful step. Yeah,
Yeah, they about to be walking into some real money.
that's a fact. And you got to know how to manage it. Like, this ain't the, oh, I'm not, I don't know what I don't know.
Ignorance is not bliss. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell y'all that right now, and it's not an excuse.
right,
It's not. It's not an excuse no more.
right. So, I love
The
this.
Brittany always talks about 30 for 30 going. We don't want to see 30 for 30 going broke.
NIL 30 for 30 broke. I bet
We gonna see a few,
we gonna see.
and that's not us being a hater, being negative. It's just that's how the cookie crumbles. We're gonna see a few.
Yeah.
But you should take advantage of the resources and education. The internet's right at your hands. Like, right, correct. That's all that is. It's a referral system.
Correct.
It's a referral system. Oh, I'm
Referral
exposing you to
system.
these law firms in ninth grade.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna use them when I leave because I have built. Yes, Doc is correct.
It's
I've built a
also a loyalty program.
exactly.
Loyalty. We and this is kind of like how like brands I feel like they operate. They or just how like these brands have operated. We're going to, or just say like when we was in Web3, right? When we were talking about how brands were integrating into Web3. Roblox, right? People were using Roblox. We had all these brands creating creating spaces on Roblox to capture and captivate the attention of these young kids, right? They already starting them early. Who was one of these legacy brands that put their thing in Roblox? Like, I feel like it was Gucci. Wasn't it Gucci?
Yeah, it was Gucci. There was a few others, but yeah, Gucci. I feel like it was one of them.
Gucci's coming to my mind right now. Why is Gucci inserting themselves into Roblox?
Oh, Walmart too. Yeah. Fenty. Yeah.
Right. They are conditioned. They priming the kids now. This is priming. We're priming them to identify these brands and because I want right 80 million daily active. Look at that. Of course, we want to put our stuff in Roblox. This is the same idea.
I'm still stuck on this. Damn, spending. I mean, see, here's the thing. Yeah, for the attorneys out there that kind of know what's happening,
right?
This is your time to shine, baby. I'm gonna tell you because a lot of industry partners and people, they do not understand what is happening right now, and they do not know how to create opportunities for either the places they work for or their own business. Me personally, I've been seeing a lot more attorneys creeping
in.
over to, because here's the thing, like when you're dealing with athletes, it's not just one thing. Like, yeah, I do IP, I do contracts, but like Spendoc mentioned, you want to talk about financial planning, but then there's like estate planning. That's a whole other sector for legal work. You want to, unfortunately, there's going to be some student athletes that's going to have some legal issues, some criminal issues.
Yes.
There's a sector of attorneys that handle that. Like, so like attorneys are starting to see like there's opportunities like to continue to grow with student athletes and NIL. This is crazy.
Yeah, the Sun. I thought the Sun was gonna be good this year. They showed in preseason that they was something, and then hold down. No.
Yeah.
Timber. No.
Yeah.
They what? 2-15 now.
They're struggling.
Yeah, they struggling for real.
They're struggling.
And I'm sad because Tina Charles. I didn't want you to go out like this. This is Tina Charles.
You think it's her last year?
I don't think so. If they're gonna have a year like this, she's not gonna want to end like this.
Yeah, no.
Not like this. So yeah.
But shouts to IMG.
Yeah, shouts to IMG.
That's how you do it.
They doing it. Yeah.
We can skip the other page.
Okay.
Stuff, but I think we reported on this too several months ago, but because of what's happening with the house settlement and revenue sharing between the student athletes and the universities, now colleges are implementing like other fees that regular students have to pay now. They're trying to get this money any way that they can.
Yeah.
So as the revenue sharing era begins in college sports this year, the already complicated landscape around athletics fees charged to students is set to get even murkier. I feel like we also covered this a few months ago, but last week, South Carolina actually made it a thing where they announced a new annual $300 athletics auxiliary fee that is similar to one implemented by in-state rival Clemson last year. So, yeah, now students are going to have to start spending some money, and that money is going to go to the athletic departments of universities so that they don't drown and that they can continue to pay these student athletes out and back pay.
Yeah.
So
this just gonna make the debates in the classes a little bit more intense.
It could, but also they talked about if the students are really into sports, then they won't care, right? But then you'll have students that ain't really.
No,
I don't really care about those things, and that fee looking a little crazy. What do you mean? You adding a $300 fee that I gotta pay? One of the comments in the article was student fees and tuition have long been overlooked as a revenue outcome that comes from great players playing well in the field or the court. They also mentioned that a lot of students don't pay attention to the fees associated with their tuition, and that universities are going to have to start educating them about this additional fee. Like they're going to have to tell them. Alums not supporting? That's a good question.
And also too, this is a legend right here, y'all. Y'all don't even know this. This is a legend. This is my teammate from when I played overseas. Okay, Katrina. Hey, Tree. Hey, Tree. What up?
But Tree? That is a good question. I think in major schools we're seeing that. I know we just talked about for baseball, or rather softball, we're seeing a lot of alumni come out and put forth money for these NIL groups or boosters. But that's not always the case. in all markets. And I'm wondering, like, I know for me, I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like we've had this conversation offline when it comes to like giving money back. And I feel like somebody else we interviewed talked about this. I think the relation, like the university needs to do a better job in massaging those relationships with alumni.
I think that was Mercedes. We were talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shouts to Mercedes Walker.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Shouts to Mercedes, but I think that the universities do need to do a better job in massaging those relationships and not coming off as like a money grab. Like, hey, would you be willing to give? Okay, cool. But you haven't checked in on me since I graduated.
Right.
And here's the other thing, you're still using my name, image, and likeness to boost your school. So like there has to be also some incentive when you're reaching out to these alumni. And I don't know if the universities are doing their part to do that. So I don't know.
Nah, facts. They not, because they call me and they ask for money.
And that's what I was about to like talk about. Like, y'all are calling and asking, but
nope.
Like,
there's no,
don't make
like,
it seem so transactional.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's no, like, I don't know, empathy. There's nothing, like, I don't feel no human connection. Hey, we know that you went to Rutgers from this time. It's like they're reading a script.
They are. And they sending it to all of y'all.
No. And that's why I don't pick up the phone. Ignore.
Yeah, I think they need to start massaging those relationships a lot better. And not just like major names. Like, and I think that, I mean, you always talk about like the GMs they're hiring now. They're hiring for the most part like alumni. Sometimes they're not alumni, but we've also been seeing like the GMs being hired where are alumni of those universities. Like, and obviously their name is going to bring in a lot of money, but like, what about universities that don't have like major names? Then like, how are y'all?
Yeah.
And everybody needs to matter at this point because y'all need the money.
Correct.
That's the truth of the matter. Y'all need the money.
Correct.
So that was a good question by Katrina. Thanks for asking. But yeah. We'll see how college students react to that extra fee. We'll see.
I don't know. I had many debates in classes with other students who were not athletes.
And what they said, wait, about what?
About them being jealous that we get everything paid for and that they got to work side jobs and do all this. And then I'm like, well, is your going to get up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to go practice?
They really be saying that? That's funny. Wait, no. Now you got to tell a story because I've never experienced that.
So I had one class where it was, I forget what class this was, but we had active conversations between in the classroom, non-athletes versus athletes. And a lot of the times it's like, they will always say like, y'all get everything paid for, y'all coddled, y'all spoiled, y'all like, everybody loves y'all. Like it, and I'm just like,
I wonder what they're saying now.
But I'm like, but do you run miles? Are you getting up to run miles at 6 a.m. in the morning? Are you going to mandatory study hall? Do you have class checkers making sure that you get into your class? Because you can skip class, bro. There's no accountability with you. I got to make sure I'm there or I'm getting chewed out by my coach, right? Are you waking up at 4 a.m. to go get drug tested? Because that's what they constantly did to me. Waking me up out of my sleep on my off days. I got to come in and get drug tested because they think we taking steroids. Because I got people on my team like Kia Vaughn who's 6'4", could run a 5-minute mile. So I got to wake up. Right? Like, shut up. Like, I used to go back and forth with regular students all the time. Like, yo, I'm still broke though. Like, this is the crazy thing. Like, this was my argument. I'm still
when you pull up to McDonald's, I be pulling up. We see each other there. We see each other.
Like, I'm still broke. Like, it's different now because the kids is getting paid, but I'm still a broke college student. It don't matter if I'm getting my scholarship or not. I'm still calling my parents for money. I still got my parents sending me money.
Mm-hmm.
That Pell check ain't doing shit.
Just stipend.
Like, are y'all serious?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that used to
then I wonder what they say now. Then,
right? I would love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation, but yeah, I had to all the time.
No, that's
all
interesting.
the time.
I've
and
never
no, you to me, I was a science major.
Oh, then yeah, they was hating.
So you know
they was mad.
What?
I forgot they was mad.
I was a science major, so they like,
you don't have to go to class. Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
I'm on the road.
Yeah, y'all crazy.
Damn,
y'all
I didn't
crazy.
think about that.
I gotta make up all this work too.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yo, I'm still stuck on this though. That's funny.
Yeah, for sure.
You hilarious, but it really is like that.
Definitely telemarketers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just press ignore because I know I got them saved.
It comes off whack. It comes off whack. It comes off whack.
And y'all really think I'm giving that university my money?
I need to be giving back pay.
If anything, if I'm giving my money back, I'm going to the Bronx first. Like, I'm not going to New Jersey first. What? If anything, I'm going back to that. What did DA say? The clothes store on our thing. I'm going back to that store and giving them money directly.
Mm-hmm.
If I am giving money, the PWI, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine
all the time.
Y'all gonna be fine.
But yeah, that's all we got for NIL news / college news. We got one thing for tech news.
Yeah,
Google, they're about to launch Doppl, a new app that lets you visualize how an outfit may look. So basically, like I said, they let individuals design, the outfits they may want to see on themselves or purchase. The app works by first getting you to upload a full body photo of yourself. From there, you can use photos or screenshots of different outfits to virtually try them on. These images could be a photo of an outfit you saw at a thrift store or on a friend, or even a screenshot of an outfit you see while scrolling through social media. Once you select an outfit that you want to visualize, Doppl will create an image of a virtual version of yourself wearing the outfit. Doppl also can take these static images and convert them into AI generated videos so you can get a better sense of how the outfit would look on you in real life. You can save your favorite looks and browse through all of your other virtual try-ons. Plus, you can share your looks with others. And that is the question. Thank you, Spendoc, because that is the questions I had.
Right.
Y'all better read the terms and conditions. Y'all better read the terms and conditions. To be honest, we already know data privacy is in hell. Data protections in the United States are damn near non-existent. But y'all need to read the terms and conditions because y'all are uploading photos of yourself. So then, like, where else can they use your photos?
Right.
How can they use your photos? How long do they keep your photos for?
Yeah.
Like,
all great questions.
Yeah, those are the questions we all do need to ask. I mean, we go on so many apps. We use so many things. Yeah. Yeah.
Terrible.
So, if you're okay with that, and that's not me, I'm being for real. Just read the terms and conditions to make sure how they may, repurpose or reutilize your content is okay with you, or your name, image, and likeness, because that's exactly what they'll be using. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And posting your kids, yeah. Use it, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's true. Just something to consider. Great question, Spin Doc. I think it's cool still that they're making this available for people, but you do have to put on your thinking cap, and that's exactly what y'all was doing. So there's no telling when this app is going to drop, or rather be made available to the public. But I'm sure it will be soon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another one.
Another one.
Like Chantee said, read the terms and conditions.
Read them. Skim them. Something.
It'll give you all the things you need to know.
Yeah, and specifically go to the intellectual property section. That's where you really need to pay attention. That ain't legal advice. It's not. And lastly, we got culture news. We just seeing all the internet, like all the photos and videos of the internet being funny because of recent comments made by Jim Jones, essentially saying that he's better than Nas, and that he's making Nas hot, and that this is the most publicity that Nas is getting in a long time. I want to also bring to your attention, I feel like I read the other day that Nas, he did something with hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm like, Nas is worried about getting money. Nas and Resort World $5 billion Queens casino bid. I think he's part of like the ownership group for a new casino in Queens, New York. You think that man?
He don't care. That's why he hasn't said anything.
Yo. And here's the thing, and he may still say something. Right. He may still talk, but it's like,
right.
I got big boy business happening. I'm not worried about who's the hottest in the hood.
Right.
To be honest, like I'm getting to the back.
To be quite honest, all of us need to have the level of confidence that Jim Jones has. I'm serious. That level of confidence is almost delusional. But this is what you need to essentially succeed, bro.
Like, and that's no shade to Jim Jones, because he has played a very critical piece, as well as Dipset, in just the culture and the culture beyond music, right? Like fashion, all of that. They did that. Right. Jim still raps. He sounds great today. Yeah, the fact that he's still relevant today is also very telling, and it's hard to do. He's been in this game for a very long time. But it's Nas. It's Nas. It's Nas.
Yeah, it's Nas.
Right. Nas is eating right now. And still releasing albums, by the way.
Right.
Still releasing albums. I think his last album may have been made a year or two ago.
What, King's Disease? Or something like that?
But yeah, but he's on like King's Disease, like
3 or something like that.
Yeah, like
2.
He's still rapping at a high clip.
He's
doing that for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I got. But yes, Brittany's right. We do need to have the confidence, all jokes aside, that Jim Jones has when he speaks about him being better than Nas.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I'll just leave y'all with this, because this was going viral on social media. The classic stereo has become a filter. Chantee, what song are you playing on the classic stereo set?
That's hard. I don't know if I can name a song, but I'm probably playing Stillmatic. Not just a track, just the whole album is probably gonna play
Oh, just
on that stereo set.
all the
Yes,
way through.
Stillmatic,
Okay. Stillmatic.
or it was written.
Put it in the chat. What are y'all playing on the classic stereo?
From any artist,
From
any
any
song.
what? Any artist, anything can get in there. Just like let's act like we got CDs to put in there. We got CDs. What you putting? Or cassette tapes. What cassette tapes y'all putting in there? Because you see them on the bottom, right there. Yes, Lauryn Hill, Miseducation. I love it. Yes. What did I put? I put on my stereo, I put Baduism. I put my girl, Erica. I'm going to play that through. Baduism. The other side
It's
of
a
the
lot of
game.
great music.
My joint.
A lot of great music.
What y'all putting on the stereo?
Jim Jones needs to stop. He needs to stop.
Yeah, he do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
But that's it. That is all we have for today. This is episode 99. Episode 100 is right around the corner. I think we will be Amory. They've been dogging Amory.
Yo, they've been dogging her, Jen.
Let me tell you something, Jen. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, Brandy.
Internet.
Yo, Brandy is going on tour
Yes,
with
full
Monica.
moon. Yes.
And that's gonna be a great tour. That's gonna be a great tour.
It sure is.
But they have been dogging Anne-Marie. Listen, I love Anne-Marie. I love that album, All I Have. They've been dogging Anne-Marie. And then Anne-Marie asked to for the band to stop playing the music.
Acapella?
She shouldn't have did that. But
is that one thing that got me tripping?
I mean, she haven't been the strongest singer, but she got hits. But I love Anne-Marie. I really do. Thank you, Spendoc.
Marie.
Yeah, Emery. Yeah, they've been dogging her. Isn't it? Been dragging her.
You know what one of my favorite songs is? I just died in your arms tonight.
I mean, that whole album, All I Have is a good album. She just,
they wasn't ready for her. Wasn't ready.
Thank you, Spendoc. Yeah, episode 100. I think we're gonna be giving away some things.
Yeah, I got some gear to give y'all.
Giving away some things for episode 100. Maybe we'll come up with some rules with how people can win the giveaway or come up with some type of mini game to see who could win some of the merch and stuff like that. But yeah, episode 100 is on the way. Thank y'all for tapping in with us for episode 99. Make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the things. Make sure that you follow the 9450, where we talk about all things business and sports on our show called Beyond the 9450. We should be having a guest up there soon.
Yep.
That's gonna be a fun interview. That's gonna be a really good interview. So make sure that y'all are tapped in and tuned in for that. But that's it. Make sure that y'all. The AmeriCup game is on right now. I gotta make sure I tap into that. The USA, I think, are playing Colombia tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The women. Make sure y'all watch that. And
also, too, we dropped our summer reading list.
Oh, yes.
Make sure y'all tap into that. Actually, today is the anniversary of me dropping my book.
Congratulations. So, I wish we had I need sound effects.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some effects.
We need that for episode 100.
Yeah, we need effects. But
yes.
Yes, y'all. It's been 4 years to the day that I've dropped my book, Groundwork 29, Books Ball and Beyond. It's available on Amazon. It's available on groundwork29.com. But
make sure y'all go buy that.
If y'all want to know more about my story, want to know more about just me and my life and the principles and things that I live by, it's in the book. All right. It's a good one too for a student athlete who just wants to know the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank y'all.
Make sure
And
that y'all support. We will see y'all next week for episode 100.
thank
Peace.
y'all. Appreciate y'all.